Hey everybody, once again, this is Lynx Savage here with Lynx's Big Adventure, and today I want to talk about my experience shooting the VP9. This is a pretty cool freaking gun. I found some interesting stuff about this. Now, the thing I love about the gun is twofold. The first thing that I like about the gun is that it is not something that you see often. It is the VP9 in flat dark earth with the amazing, amazing night sights. Yes, I know, safety Nazis. Here we go. No clip. Well, sorry, no magazine. If I call it a clip, my instructor will kill me. No magazine, and obviously, no bullets. Or rounds. So I will go ahead and I'll point this anywhere I frickin' feel like it. I like that it's something that you don't see all the time. It's not something that you don't get me wrong. I've seen VP9s before, but they're always the all black VP9. They always have the night sights, so it's cut off about there, and these are just white dots with a white dot up here, and that's it. This sucker, I put this on my nightstand next to my bed at night in complete darkness, and these things glow. Bright. Very bright. And a bright sight is what I wanted. It was definitely what I was looking for. So I love the sights on this. And like I said, it's not one that you see very often. I always see the black ones with the regular sights or with the, the night sights that you have to charge with a light. I see those all the time. I don't see these. That's one thing I like about it. The other thing I like about it is that it's ambidextrous, okay? As you guys might know, I am a lefty, but I live in a righty world. And as a lefty living in a righty world, I have to do things with my left hand, and I have to do things with my right hand. In shooting this gun, we found something very funny. What we found very funny is that with my left hand, I have better control. With my right hand, I have better groups. So each hand has a downside I have to work on. But that's the other thing I like about this gun. It is an ambidextrous gun. I can go from my left hand to my right hand without skipping a beat. The design of the HK is amazing in the sense of the slide release, or the mag release, sorry. The mag release is down here. Now, a lot of guns have a button. And the button is on one side. Usually, if you're right-handed, the button's right here, and you put it in, you tap it with your thumb, and boom, mag release. Well, here, the mag release is actually on the trigger guard, and the mag release can actually be actuated with your thumb or your forefinger. Now, of course, I prefer thumb. And yes, I had rather. This is, believe it or not, I think this is the medium backing, but we'll get into these parts. This is the medium backing. I have some serious frickin' hands. Hands are pretty frickin' big. But with my thumb, I can actuate this without a problem. And that's both left-handed and right-handed. And so let's get into the other features of the gun. As you can see, it has a slide release on both sides. Now this side's slide release is nice and meaty, and what I wish was that they had continued this nice meaty design on the other side. When I am shooting lefty, this feels like I'm going to break it. Now, I know I'm not, because the reality is that this sheet of metal right here, I could pick the gun up by it if I had a fingernail. I could pick up the gun by it, and it's not going to do anything. It's just a feel thing for me. It just kind of feels like I might break it. And I know I'm not gonna, but whatever. The other defining feature of this gun is that it comes with a back plate and two side plates on your grip. These are removable. You take the pin out. There's a pin right there. And you take you use a punch, you pop that pin out, you can slide this back off and put on a smaller one. It comes with 3 different sizes, small, medium, large. And with those 3 sizes, you can mix and match because it's not just the back, it's also the sides. So you can create yourself a grip that is meatier in the back. So that way, when you are getting your purchase on this gun, you have a nice meaty palm filling, back to this. But if your fingers are a little shorter, even though your palm is big, you can always put on a smaller side panel. You can go with a smaller back and a larger side panel, especially if you have big meaty fingers, So I like the fact that it is easily customizable and that the gun comes with it. I don't have to buy anything extra. I don't have to do anything extra. The gun comes with them. Right now, I'm using it at its default, and its default is with the medium back with the medium sides. And even with that medium back and medium sides, that's pretty good. For my big hands, that's pretty good. I was able to keep a pretty good hold on it. I think I'm going to try a couple of different side panel options. I think I might try some different ones, only because it kind of jumped a little bit from, and I think I was probably just holding it too hard. A lot of what goes wrong is not the gun; it's your own technique, and I'm a newbie, so I'm learning. I think I was just holding it too hard, and I rely too much on this frickin' pinky. But all in all, it's a very comfortable gun to hold. I was not going to purchase this. I was actually going to get the Beretta 92 FS. That was going to be the gun that I was going to get as my full-size gun, or as my big gun. And my instructor kept pushing me towards this one. He kept saying, you should check out the VP9, check out the VP9. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't really want a VP9. I don't really want a polymer, I want something big and heavy and meaty. And he said, no, try the VP9, try the VP9. So I did. And upon holding it in my hand for the very first time, I looked at him and I told him I hated him. And I hated him because I knew I was not going to buy it. Now, I still had to hold the 92 FS anyway, just to be sure. I held it. I racked the slide. And in doing that, the slide-mounted safety, I engaged it. Not a good thing. I don't want to have to worry about engaging my safety when I rack the slide. So that's how this won. It won. It was a good price. It was something that you don't see very often. And that's that. Now in shooting it, I would say it was very pleasant to shoot. All in all, very pleasant to shoot. Now I know that's kind of interesting. How can something be pleasant to shoot? You have an explosion going off mere inches from your face. Well, it's at least a foot from your face. Don't be such a pansy. Not a lot of muzzle flash. It recoils. Don't get it twisted. It recoils. But the recoil is nothing like the recoil you get in a smaller gun like the Smith & Wesson Shield, which we'll talk about later. The recoil was manageable. I really just have to get my grip proper. I have to stop depending on this, because this is forcing this to do that. And that's bad. But otherwise, the gun itself, shooting it felt easy. It felt easy. If you look at the, I think it's only a 5-point-something pound pull. So, the slack, very, very minuscule. That's it. And then it breaks. Very, very easy to shoot. There is no back travel after the break. It breaks and it stops. That's it. And then, of course, the reset, very short reset with no back travel. Once it breaks, and that is it. I absolutely love this gun. It's as one of my first guns, because I bought 2 at the same time. I would definitely say this was an amazing purchase. If you're looking for a full-size gun, this is great. The VP comes in, it's made by H&K, comes in a 9 or 40 cal. I got the 9mm. I want to try to keep all of my rounds uniform, because I would like to be able to, in the event that shit hits the fan, I would like to be able to hand my shield to my husband and be able to hand him the very same ammo that I'm using in my VP9. So that way we're not looking for ammo, we're not hoping that we have enough of one and not of another. Now I know a lot of people want to have 15 different types of ammo because in the event of an apocalypse, you never know what kind of gun you're going to find. Great. I'm not living in the apocalypse though, I'm living right now, and right now is pretty goddamn close. So, right now, the reality of the fact is, it's a 9mm, the rounds are cheaper than a 40, and I'm not in the business of spending a shit ton of money just to, have some fun at the range, shooting 40 cal bullets. I would much rather shoot 9mm bullets, and I would much rather have the security of knowing that no matter what gun is in my house, I have the ammo for it, and it's all the same. The power's the same, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, I'm sure things will change as I go on. I'm new. Understand that. And also understand that this channel is for new. I don't mind if people have, something to add, that's great. Or if they have a constructive criticism, that's great. But I'm really just trying to get my fellow gay brothers and sisters to understand that your responsibility for your protection is all on you. It's not the cops. It's not anywhere else, not anyone else. You're the one responsible for your own safety. So with that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I think the next one I will do is going to be for the Smith & Wesson Shield. All of my guns need to be cleaned, so don't talk shit because I'm aware. Otherwise, like, share, subscribe, come back for some other videos, and that's that. And remember, armed gays don't get bashed.